Hey folks, Roger Bain from Bain Custom Woodworking here in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. So today, I tried something new. A little bit nervous, working on a client's project, but in the end, this was the process that made a client's table look beautiful. So let's go back. I have another video that I'll link to this where I needed to cut a round table from 60 inches down to 54 inches. Client purchased it at the larger size, wouldn't fit in the area. So we used a router to trim it down. Works great. You'll see that in the entire video. It's about 15 minutes long, explains the whole process. But that's not what this is. So once I trimmed it, obviously I needed to finish that raw wood again. So the client asked me to sand all of the existing finish off and refinish it. Well, in the end, it was paint. It was not stained. I asked them multiple resources, their thoughts, and sure enough, they all agreed with me that it was painted. So in the end, I decided to use a bare cabinet door and enamel paint to do the table with. Now, I've never painted a table before in my life. Probably never will paint a table. I'd rather stain a table and seal it. But this is what was on the table, and this is what the client asked me to do. So this is the solution. This is the Graco True Coat 360 Cordless Connect. Hooks right up to my old rigid drill driver, so the power was supplied there. Fills very easily, and just the application was as easy as I've ever done. Now, I have sprayed paint in the past using other sprayers. I always have problems with them, so I'm not a fan. Well, I'm a fan now. This was the easiest thing I've ever done. In the finish, you'll see in the finish, absolutely beautiful. Everybody approves it. My wife approves it. The client approves it. It's ready to head back to the client on next week after it dries for a few days. But with other sprayers, I've always had to thin out this paint. Not with this. This worked wonderfully without thinning this out. So short of sounding like an infomercial, which this is not, I purchased this today. This is the best solution that I have found for me to paint wooden projects. I've already been told by my wife we're going to use this to paint the cabinets in our bathroom to spruce them up. It's a 20-year-old house. We need to make them look better. So let's see what happens with that. But for now, this unit, perfect. Every time I have to paint, I will use this. And I can tell you the overspray was really minimal. Now, I put the plastic down on the floor. I made sure that the table had some blanket underneath it, so as I oversprayed, it wouldn't get on my workbenches. But there's no spray around my shop. Fabulous. So again, I used bare enamel paint. I used the Graco True Coat 360 Cordless Connect. I hooked it to my old rigid drill driver. It's a great solution. This is what I will use going forward when I have to paint items. Graco, thank you for doing a marvelous job and providing us small businesses with an option that we can afford and actually does the job and gives us the finish that we're willing to present to a client. Hi folks, Roger Bain, we're back again. This is actually the next day. After thinking about the video before I posted it, I wanted to explain one piece before I put it up. So as we transition from me talking about the sprayer to actually spraying the table, I wanted to explain that you'll see the table is already black. That's because we have tried to paint it with a roller. Did not go well. The finish looked fine, but there were too many lines, as you know a roller can leave. So then I tried a good quality paintbrush. That didn't work any better. still left some paintbrush streaks. So that's when my wife said, it's time to go buy that paint sprayer. So who's going to argue with your wife? Off I went to buy a new paint sprayer. So what you're seeing is me spraying the top of the table black, but you're seeing it correct all the mistakes that the roller and the paintbrush left. And then when you see me paint the base, the black you see on the base is the original color, and I'm just painting over the top of it so it will match the tabletop now. So that was an explanation. Let's transition now to me actually using the tool and painting the table. So thank you again for your patience. Let me know if you have any questions.